Right. Hey guys, done 2 videos so far. This one is about mental health and how just because you can't see it, you don't understand it. Okay, fine, you don't understand it. Doesn't mean it's not there. Doesn't mean it's real. Doesn't mean that person's less capable of you either. And with the age-old question of seeing is believing and the whole shebang thing, you can see people with Down syndrome, you can see people in a wheelchair, you can see people missing a limb, so you know that they've got a physical disability. So, what? You don't seem to question that. You don't think that they did that for attention. And yet, someone's got anxiety, PTSD, social communication, depression, and so on and so on. You can't see the results. Not always. Some of them may leave results, or they may cause the person to lead themselves to making the results. But again, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not real. And someone with mental health illnesses aren't always attention seekers. Because that's all I've been hearing so far is like, oh, they're just doing it for attention, or they just want sympathy, or they just want this, they just want that, la-di-da-di-da. Bollocks over bollocks. And it gets to the point where it's just like, again, society judging, or just people judging. No one stops to think that people with mental health illnesses, if you've experienced it yourself, then you know that it's not something you want to make up just for attention. And if anyone does make that up for attention, then I'm sorry, but maybe you do need help, because that's just wrong. Especially with, depending on what you're making up and the story you're putting behind it. It can be quite offensive to certain people with that illness. But yeah, it's just too many times I've been hearing, you're an attention seeker, you're this, you're that, la-di-da-di-da. Because looking at me now, you can't see if I've got any mental illnesses. Physically, I'm fine. I've got a dodgy knee, that's about it. And I've got all, like, sort of really big bone in my chest, which sounds like a door, which is quite weird, but yeah, but also quite funny. Yeah, but just because you can't see it doesn't mean you need to fear it. Again, age-old thing, you always fear what you don't understand, or you always fear what you can't see. Stick a whole bunch of people in a room that's pitch black, no sound, nothing. Then suddenly they hear footsteps, suddenly they hear breathing, suddenly they hear rustling. Guarantee you, all of them start crapping themselves because they can't see it. So they're scared as to what's coming towards them, what it is, what's coming for them. Turn the lights on, reenact the entire thing. No one's going to bat an eyelid, they're just going to see someone walking around. What's so scary about that? But before you judge someone because they say they have a mental illness, if they tell you what one it is, or what illness they've got, just try and think and see if you understand it. See if you understand the concept of what it is like to have that illness. And then you may realise just the struggle that people go through from every day to day to day. They wake up, go through the entire cycle, go to sleep, knowing that the next day they have to wake up and go through hell again, just to go to sleep and repeat it again and again and again and again. It's a lot harder than you think. And also, with the whole attention seeking business, bugger off, will ya? I don't know anyone who's doing it for attention, because 9 times out of 10, it's too shitty for attention. Too shitty to make up. And to be honest, it's just plain out wrong. Why would you make something up like that? But yeah. And again, some of the mental health illnesses, like depression, may lead people to cut. Now, I myself, I have cut before in my life. But it wasn't because in my head I was thinking, oh, if I do this, I might get sympathy. Oh, if I do this, I might get a reaction from people. Oh, if I might do this, people might pay attention to me. No. It was because at the time, the pain from that was taking my mind off of everything else that was making me feel so shit and making me feel like there's no point anymore. I might as well just hang in a towel, so to speak. But as well as with like the scars you see on people's arms, or the scars on people's arms, people see them and think they're disgusting and like should be covered up. Don't cover up your scars. If you've got them, don't cover them up. It's a part of who you are. And in an odd sort of way, it's a proof of how strong you are. Because you've had to go through hell in order to think that that's the only way. And then you've come out on top. So don't be scared of what people will say about your scars. In a way, be proud that you've got the scars, that you managed to overcome it, that you managed to achieve something at the time you didn't think was possible. And definitely don't try and change for anyone. You're great the way you are, whether you've got an illness or not. I think I may have just bugged up my watch. But yeah. No matter what it is, you shouldn't make people feel like they need to change just to fit into society. That's not the case. Everyone is different. People will have different mental health, people will have different physical health. It just depends on the person. Like I myself, I have PTSD, anxiety, depression, and ADHD. You can't see any of them. You probably won't even know I've got them. You may think I'm lying. To be honest, believe what the hell you want to believe. If it was possible, spend a day in my mind. Then see if you're still thinking I'm making it all up. I can assure you I'm not. Again, too crappy to make up. But it just pisses me off with the fact of, like, and it's not only in teenagers as well. It's a wide age range. I know people in their late 40s, early 50s who suffer from depression. I know people 16 who suffer from depression. And they both think the same, that cutting is the only way to get rid of the pain that they're feeling at the moment. Which, for them, it is. So what? Don't judge them. Don't make them feel less about themselves than they probably already do. Encourage them, saying that there is other ways. They can overcome it. They can face it head on and knock it to the ground. Pardon me. People will need help, and sometimes they will welcome the help. It will, and for others it will be hard to accept the help. Like for me, I rarely ask for help, purely because, I don't know, for me it doesn't feel right. I don't know why I don't ask for help, just, I find it easier just to bottle everything up, push it way down deep, forget about it, and just let it grow. Not really the healthiest option, but it's the best way I know of dealing with stuff. Like the someone I know who calls his way of coping the shopkeeper's face. I'll ask him if he's alright, and he'll say, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine, I'm perfectly fine." With a big old smile on his face. Guarantee you. And I've seen it, because obviously I speak to him, I know him personally. But I've seen it. As soon as he turns around, or as soon as he, I don't know, is ready, or if he just can't hold it back anymore, he'll just let it out. He'll just admit, saying, "No, to be honest, I'm not alright. I've got this going on, I've got that going on, I've got this going through my head, that going through my head, and it's making me feel like absolute shit." Don't just go, "Oh, okay." Help them. Encourage them. Tell them that they are better the way they are. Tell them that they don't have to change. Because no one should have to change for a single thing. Or a single person. But yeah. Anyway, if you've been affected by what I've said, or if you ever agree with what I said, or you disagree with what I said, leave a comment, share the video, please share the video, because there's some people out there who, I won't say need to hear what I have to say, because it's only my point of view, but maybe what I'm saying will help them. So please share the video to anything you can, to your Facebook, Instagram, or anything. Just make sure people understand that they are great and perfect the way they are. Don't get them to change. Don't make them change. Tell them that they shouldn't have to change. If someone isn't willing to accept you the way you are, then there's no point getting to know them. Like, if someone isn't willing to accept me how I am now, then sorry, what you see is what you get. You don't like it, there's the door. That's not me being rude, that's just, I haven't got the time to sit there and explain every tiny detail, because I can't. It's not that I won't, it's just that I can't. I don't know how to. I don't know how to explain what it feels like when I get a PTSD attack. I don't know how to explain how it feels when I have an anxiety attack, because it's different for everyone. But don't ever change the way you are, okay? Okay? Whoever's watching, I mean it. Don't change who you are. Stay it. Fight it. Guarantee you will come out on top. And if you have the scars to prove it, just think of them as battle scars in a war. You've won it. You've overcome it, and you've come out stronger. Congrats and well done. Alright, well, I'm gonna scoot off. But just please remember, you are perfectly fine the way you are. Mental health or physical health, not a single problem. Just go for it. Alright? Anyway, like, subscribe, share the video around, please. Got any views on what I've been talking about, then please let me know. I'll be happy to reply. And yeah, or if you have any other topics that you'd like me to talk about and you'd like my point of view on, leave them in the comments as well. Share them with me and I will either talk to you directly and we can talk on something else, or I'll just reply into the comments and then probably do a video about it. Alright? Anyway, stay strong, stay safe, and I'll see you later. Sayonara.